Hello students, today we are going to learn a very interesting poem written by Walt Whitman, The Voice of the Rain. Now something about Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman, born on May 31st, 1819 till March 26, 1892, he was an American poet, essayist and journalist. A humanist, he was a part of the transition between transcendentalism and realism, incorporating both views in his works. Children, what is the meaning of transcendentalism? Transcendence means when we think beyond. And he was a part of the transition between transcendentalism, it was a theoretical analysis of this theory, of this concept of transcendence, transcendentalism and realism, something based on reality. So he was a part of the transition between this transcendentalism and realism, incorporating both views in his works. So he incorporated both the views of transcendentalism as well as realistic influences. Whitman is among the most influential poets in the American canon, often called the father of free verse. Leaves of Grass is a famous poetry collection by the poet. Although the first edition was published in 1855, Whitman spent most of his professional life writing and rewriting Leaves of Grass, revising it multiple times until his death. It's one of his most famous collections. He is known by Leaves of Grass. Now, the poem, The Voice of the Rain. And who art thou? Said I to the soft falling shower, which, strange to tell, gave me an answer, as here translated. I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. Eternal I rise impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea, upward to heaven, whence, vaguely formed, altogether changed, and yet the same, I descend to lave the draughts, atomies, dust layers of the globe, and all that in them without me were seeds only, latent, unborn, and forever by day and night I give back life to my own origin and make pure and beautify it. For song, issuing from its birthplace, after fulfillment, wandering, wrecked or unwrecked, duly with love returns. Now children, let us see the poem at a glance. What is it about? The Voice of the Rain is a short free verse by the American poet Walt Whitman. As I have told you that American poet Walt Whitman is known for his free verse style. Originally published in a periodical called Outing in 1885, it was later reprinted in Leaves of Grass, Whitman's most celebrated collection of verse. Which one? Leaves of Grass. In The Voice of the Rain, the speaker listens to the personified figure of the rain, which likens itself to poetry, describing its stage of the water cycle. The poem pays homage to the restorative power of the natural world and claims that poetry nourishes humanity, just as rain nourishes the earth. The poem, The Voice of the Rain, is written by Walt Whitman. It's a conversation between the poet and the rain. The rain explains its eternal journey in its birthplace, that is, earth, to the poet. So children, the voice of the rain is an imaginary dialogue between the poet and the rain. It's a conversation. The poet casually asks the rain who it is. To his surprise, the rain answers the question and tells about its birth and end. Where does it spring from and where does it go? The poet understands the tale of rain and translates it for the readers. Now the poet once asked the soft falling rain who it is, who are you? And the raindrops replied that it is the music of the earth, which is its birthplace. It is born out of the land and sea in the form of water, water vapors, and rises up in the sky to form clouds. Yet, at its core, it remains the same as it was at birth. It then returns to earth as little droplets, which wash away the layers of dust, waters the soil, and helps the seeds sprout again. It gives back life to the earth. It purifies and makes it beautiful over and over again. And this cycle goes on eternally. Children, a point to be noted. The poet compares the rain to a song. A song rises from the heart of a poet. Once it is complete, it is passed on from one person to another. It does not matter to him whether anyone listens to it or not. After the poet has sung his song, it settles back into his heart, which is its birthplace. The song keeps rising again and again from there. Thus, it purifies the poet's heart and make it all the more beautiful. Now, let me give you stanza by stanza explanation. The first stanza. And who art thou? Said I to the soft falling shower. Which, strange to tell, give me an answer, as here translated. I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. Eternal I rise, impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea. So who art you? And who art thou means, who are you? Said I to the soft falling shower. So this is Old English. Who art thou? Who are you? Eternal means it's never ending. Which strange to tell. So the rain is giving answer. Therefore it is strange to tell. It gave me an answer. As here translated, so the poet is translating rain's words, so as to make the readers understand what was the conversation about. And why is it strange to tell? Do we believe that rain may have voice? No. That rain can speak. It is strange to tell. What does she speak? I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. Eternal I rise, impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea. So, impalpable means which cannot be described in words. So the poet asks the soft falling shower, who are you? To which the rain replies in a strange to state manner. The rain said that it was the poem of the earth and it rose continuously from the land and bottomless ocean in the form of water vapors. Understood, children? Next stanza. Upward to heaven, whence, vaguely formed, altogether changed, and yet the same, I descend to lave the draughts, atomies, dust layers of the globe, and all that in them without me were seeds only, latent, unborn. So now, what are the different meanings of the words used in the poem? First is upward to heaven. The water droplets vaporize upwards to heaven, where they vaguely form themselves into clouds, and they pour the same way in the form of rain back to the earth. So whence means here where. Vaguely means not clearly, vaguely. Descend means come down. I descend for what? For which purpose? I descend to lave the draughts. Lave means wash. I come to wash away. I come to bathe the draughts. Atomies means atomies, atomic particles, dust layers of the globe. I come to vitalize the earth once again, and all that in them without me were seeds only, latent, unborn. So the rain tells the poet that it rises upwards towards the sky in the form of vapor. where it changes its form. It also says that although its form gets changed, it still remains the same. The rain comes down to wash the drought and provide water. It also washes away the dust and small particles from the earth's surface, and the seeds inside the earth grow into a plant because of the water provided by the rain. It gives life to the unborn seeds. And forever, by day and night, I give back life to my own origin, and make pure and beautify it. For song, issuing from its birthplace, after fulfillment, wandering, wrecked or unwrecked, duly with love returns. So children, you have to understand the sentiment attached here. Wrecked or unwrecked means whether cared for or not cared for. But the rain returns to its owner. The rain says that by day and night it provides life, care, enrichment and water to the place from where it originated. It originates from earth, it comes back to earth to provide life, care, enrichment and water. The rain keeps enhancing the beauty and purity of the earth by preparing a life cycle for itself again. The rain is like a song, it is compared to music. The rain is like a song that originates from its birthplace, just like the heart of the singer, and travels to fulfill the earth's needs and wonders. It finally comes back to the place from where it originated. Whether it is ruined or not, it returns to the original position with a lot of love to its birthplace. Now, the poet has given us a comparison, a very beautiful comparison between rain and poetry, where on the one hand we find rain to be the harbinger of life, and on the other hand poetry is the emotions recollected in tranquility. How are these two related? Poetry is often described as emotions recollected in tranquility. It is so important because it helps us understand and appreciate the world around us. Poetry can give us a healthy outlet for surging emotions. Through poetry, through the lyrical style, don't we pour out our heart's emotions and we feel good? Poetry's strength lies in its ability to enlighten the earth. Poetry teaches us how to live. Poetry recreates the harmony of life. Similarly, the rain calls itself the poem of the earth because, exactly like a beautiful poem, it gives joy and pleasure to everybody. It provides life, pleasure, and aesthetics, beauty, and happiness to the earth. So, this is how rain and poetry are compared. Both give pleasure to everybody, both gives joy to everybody, both provides life, aesthetics, beauty and happiness back to the earth. Our next comparison is rain and music. Both rain and music rejuvenates life. The poet draws similarities between rain and music, observing that the life cycle of rain and song are alike. How is it so? The song issues from the heart of the poet and travels to reach others. It wanders and, whether heard and enjoyed or not, eventually returns to its creator with all due love. Similarly, rain originates from the earth and after fulfilling its role of spreading beauty and purity, returns to its origin. Both are perpetual in nature. Moreover, the sound of the soft falling rain is in itself a kind of music. So children, you have to understand that in which respect rain and music are similar. So both rejuvenate life, both return to its original creator with all due love. Now, what are the literary devices used in the poem, which is very important? First is personification, as we all can understand that the poet has attributed a living feature to a non-living object. What is it? All the rain is a non-living thing, yet the poet treats it like living thing. So the rain has been personified as it has been given a voice in the rain. We know that the first line tells us that the rain speaks. The poet is asking rain, who are you? And the rain answers that I am the poem of the earth. So this is how rain has been personified. Voice is a human attribute which is figuratively given to rain. I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. Our next figure of speech or literary device used is metaphor, an indirect comparison between the qualities of different things. I am the poem of earth. So just now I have discussed that rain compares itself with the poem of earth. So rain is being compared to a poem. This is a metaphor. Now hyperbole. Hyperbole means exaggerated statements. What is hyperbole here? Bottomless sea. Sea is itself vast. So bottomless sea makes it a hyperbolic statement. It's an exaggeration. Next is imagery. Imagery means visual description of something. For example, soft falling shower gives the image of a gentle rain, mild drizzle. Finally, let us have a glimpse of the central idea of the poem. So the voice of the rain celebrates rain and the accompanying water cycle that supports life and benefits the earth, nurturing, quenching, nourishes, and purifying the various elements of earth. The poet recounts a conversation he had with the falling raindrops. The rain says that it is born in the form of intangible vapors that rise eternally from the earth's land and deep water bodies, fulfills its duty to beautify and purify the earth, and wanders and comes back with love for its creator. That's all. Thank you so much.